thank you for joining me again, and welcome if you are new to this channel. This video is going to be about the benefits of starting a new meditation practice. Now, the reason I wanted to make a video about this is because when you first begin in a practice such as meditation, it can feel a little daunting. Like, you're sitting there, you have your eyes closed. People are not used to, at least at first, people are not used to just sitting with their eyes closed in silence and just bringing their attention inward. So in the beginning of a meditation practice, you really have to keep in mind all of the benefits that this practice is going to bring you. Because just like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, meditation is like a poison at first that then turns into sweet nectar over time. So in this video, I'm going to go over the physical as well as the spiritual and, mental, emotional benefits of a meditation practice. So let's start with the physical benefits of meditation. Research actually shows that meditation helps to manage all kinds of physical symptoms for many, many different illnesses and diseases. So some of the symptoms of disease and illness that you could actually manage through meditation include things like anxiety, stressed joints and ligaments, fatigue, asthma, cancer, depression, which is kind of a mind thing, but it's also physical because it can cause you pain, high blood pressure, and so much more. Now, when you are beginning out in meditation, you really may not understand how all of these physical benefits can happen through meditation. It's like if you've ever seen the video of the man who could barely walk, and then he started doing a yoga practice, and then over time, because he did it every day, in the end of the video, he's running. I wish I knew the name of the video. I'm so sorry, but I know that a lot of people saw it. It went viral years ago. So basically, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. In the beginning, you feel like you're not doing it right. You feel like there's no way that this practice could lead to all of these great benefits. But as long as you have faith and you continue on in your practice, regardless of all of the doubt that arises, just like when I'm when I told you guys that making videos actually kind of gives me fear and doubting myself. I told you about that in the Dusty Gold video. But basically, anytime you continue doing something that you know is going to benefit you, even if you doubt it in your conscious mind, but yet maybe believe it still enough to continue on, that is something that you know is going to pay off for you in some way or another. There's a lot of resistance that does come up when you do a meditation practice, and all of the resistance that comes up is because of your own ego, your own thoughts, your own attitudes surrounding the practice. So just keep that in mind. It is best when you're starting out. It really is the best road to find a teacher, someone who you can ask questions to, and someone who's already been through the experience of not being someone in practice of meditation and then learning and becoming disciplined in the practice. It is always better when you have other people going with you, in the spiritual journey. So if you feel like you cannot do the practice on your own, go seek out a teacher, someone who can help you and someone who will help to hold you accountable in the discipline. But anyway, all these physical benefits, the list can go on and on and on and on. I just gave an example of some very popular disease and illnesses that may give you some physical symptoms, but really any illness or disease that gives you a physical symptom can at least be managed through the practice of meditation. And here's why. So let's just start going over the spiritual benefits of meditation. Okay, so here's my favorite part about meditation. It's the emotional and spiritual benefits that the practice of meditation can give you. So let's start with the obvious. Daily practice of meditation that has become disciplined, meaning it's been going on for a while and you've been doing it daily, can actually raise your level of consciousness. It is true that the more that you sit and observe your mind, the more humanity that you start to feel, because you start to observe your mind from a different perspective. And it's not really a different perspective, but your awareness of your mind grows. So as your awareness grows, your consciousness is raised, because you are now starting to see the world differently, interact with the world differently, and respond to the world differently. So some of the other spiritual benefits, meditation practice can relieve stress. It calms your emotions. So even though you may still obviously feel emotions, it's not like they are controlling you. Your emotions actually feel more manageable if you are practicing meditation. Let's see, it enhances any deep relaxation. So for instance, when I first began to become disciplined in my practice of meditation, I realized pretty quickly, actually, that it was helping me to fall asleep faster. I used to toss and turn every night and get barely any sleep, and then still have to get up for work the next day. But shortly after I began meditating, I realized that because of the mental calm that resulted in the practice, I was more easily able to just lay down and fall asleep. So it's like, as long as my intention was on sleeping and my head hit the pillow, then I fell asleep. A lot of people have some kind of spiritual awakening or like enhanced personal insight. That's obvious because, as I already stated, you are now observing your mind from a higher perspective. So as time goes on, you begin to even do your own day-to-day thinking differently, and your problem solving looks differently. You literally are like plugged in to an unlimited supply of consciousness, of awareness. So basically, it really expands you in many ways. It can enhance, meditation practice can enhance your creativity. You'll start to realize that your creative thinking is on the rise. It can also increase your intuition. So maybe, if you know what I mean by like a gut instinct, like you feel it in your gut. After practicing meditation, you would notice a lot more of that. Like, you will begin to trust those like gut instincts that you have and understand where they're coming from more than you did before. So therefore, your intuition is just stronger because you trust it more consciously. Meditation practice can also build self-confidence. There's just so much benefit to meditation. It's hard to list it all. And like any spiritual thing, the benefits of meditation are very difficult to place in words, only because it is not a physical experience, but it is a spiritual experience. Here's another way that I like to look at it, is that if thinking is like prayer, then your life is like meditation. So now, as you take that into your meditation practice, you know that when you pray, you're thinking thoughts and sending it into the general universal consciousness, to God. Then anyway, that's a prayer. And then meditation is the answer to your prayer. So what results from that thought form that you gave is then an answer that you can then receive through meditation. Meditation opens up your receptivity. You start to receive all kinds of information differently, whether it's from the internal world within you or the external world outside of you. You're just literally more connected as time goes on as you continue your meditation practice. So as you begin to get better and better at sitting in silence and turning your attention inward, then you'll begin to notice that your awareness is growing. Your inner light is shining brighter. And it is true, especially if you have a practice of doing an imaging practice where you're using your visualization to like see a light expand inside of yourself or something like that. But there are so many people who, when they meditate, your eyes are closed and you might be in a dimly lit room, but your inner light is so bright. It's like someone turned on a literal light. Again, something that if you've never meditated and have no idea what I'm talking about, this will not make sense to you. But as you begin to practice, just remember that I told you that. And one day you're going to say, oh my gosh, my light is on. And I know exactly what Tracy was talking about. So I want to share some of how I felt early in my meditation practice. So I'm going to read from a journal that I wrote in back on August 5th of 2012, you guys. This is from years ago. This is after I began my meditation practice in 2009. So this was, a little while into it. I was going to leave the School of Metaphysics, and my spiritual teacher asked me to write a 10-minute stream of consciousness he said, the title should be The School as My Source of Spirituality and Spiritual Knowledge. And basically a stream of consciousness, if you've never heard of it, you basically just set a timer for 10 minutes or however predetermined amount of time. And you pick a topic or no topic at all if you just want to clear your mind. And you just start the timer and begin writing about it and let all your thoughts out onto the page. So anyway, that's what this writing was all about. And so I'm not going to read everything I wrote in that 10 minutes. I just want to share with you some of my feelings about, what I learned at the School of Metaphysics as far as like meditation and kind of how I feel about it. And this is a couple of years in. I had wrote that, I'll just start here. I started to learn about what I already kind of guessed, that I am a soul inhabiting a physical body. I learned how to concentrate through daily practice with the candle. And then I learned how to use that concentration skill by moving my attention inward to commune with the Creator. I did not know what that meant at first or how it would feel or how it would look. So I began meditating on a daily basis. At first, it was hard to sit there because I would struggle with my sense of time. I just wanted to get it over with because it just made me all antsy. Like, has it been 10 minutes? Has it been 10 minutes? So over time and with practice, I was able to actually enjoy the silence of going within, and I even started to long for my meditation time. And so, anyway, then I wrote a little more about the universal language of mind, which you can learn more about in the tarot, the obscure history of tarot video that I created, but I'll skip over that for now. I put that I began shifting the way that I thought about life in so many ways. I understand life at a deeper level than I had before, and I really started to see positive changes in my physical, emotional, and mental existence. I believe it's because I started to literally use more of my mind on a constant basis. I really started to understand the meaning of life. All right, so there I said it right there, all the emotional and spiritual and physical benefits of meditation. This, again, was written while I was still a student, still under my teacher's guidance, and it was written August of 2012. How crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I know this video is getting a little long, so let's just kind of end it here. If you guys have any questions at all, I would be glad to answer your questions. Just put them in the comment section down below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, be sure to do so today. Click the subscribe button. It should be right down here, I think. But you should be able to click subscribe. And once you subscribe, you will be able to click the bell to be notified for any new videos that I make. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.